Namaste yogis, welcome to the day 3 of full body mobility challenge. I am Neeraj Deshwal and today we are going to practice a sequence for spine mobility. All of us have experienced some kind of discomfort or pain in our back once in our lifetime. Now this happens because of long sitting hours and sedentary lifestyle. So to counter this, we are going to practice a spine mobility sequence. So it is time to go to the Asana lab and practice this sequence. Hello yoga teachers, welcome to the Asana lab. In this lesson, we are going to learn a spine mobility sequence. So let's begin. So before we start the sequence, the most important thing that you need to remember is that for a good spine mobility sequence, you have to make sure that you're stretching the muscles of your spine, because most of the time you're standing, sitting, and these muscles are tense, these muscles are tight. So you have to first make sure that these muscles are not tense, they are loose and they are stretched well. So we'll begin with Pawan Muktasana. We'll give the muscles of the spine a good stretch. So I'll begin with Pawan Muktasana. I'll lie down on the back. So for Pawan Muktasana, I'll draw my right thigh towards my chest, hold my thigh and press it firmly. So my thigh will move towards my ribs. Also, I'll press my ribs towards my thigh. So this will give a good length to the spine. So hold it for 10 to 20 seconds and then we'll repeat on the left side. So let's hold it for only 10 seconds and then we'll do the repetition. Now we'll repeat on the right side again. Left. Let's hold it for 10 seconds. So you have to make sure that you're taking the tip of the shoulders back, your chest is open, you're pressing your thighs towards your ribs and your back ribs are pushing towards the thigh. Now change. Change. Hold for 10 seconds at least. Then change. And now release. So now I'll do Pawan Muktasana on both legs. So I'll draw both the thighs towards my chest and press it. So make sure that you're not taking your thighs out. So bring your thighs closer, as close as possible. Tip of the shoulders back, tip of the shoulders back. So make sure you're not lifting your pelvis up like this. Like this. So make sure it is placed on the ground. Do not let it lift up. So you can place your sacrum firmly on the ground and then pull your thighs towards you. So hold it for 20 seconds, release. I'll repeat it one more time. Let's give our muscles of your back a good stretch. Good stretch. Let them stretch. Release. One last time. Press. Press. And release. So I was holding my thighs to press it instead of shin bone. Either way, it is good. So this is good for the beginners, easy for the beginners. So you can hold your thighs and press it. That will make it easy for you. Okay. Now, next we are going to do Supta Padangushtasana A. So I'll bring the belt, make a loop. So that will depend upon your flexibility. Make a loop and then tie it on your right foot. Keep the left leg straight. So if that's not possible for you, for beginners, you can bend your left knee. So toes towards you, heel moving away from you. Somebody with weak back muscles, weak spine muscles, you can suggest them to bend their knee. Or the beginners, you can ask them to bend their knee. So toes will come towards you, heel moving away from you, pull the kneecap up and quads up. Pull the kneecap up and quads up. Hold, hold, hold. Now, Supta Padangusthasana B. Supta Padangusthasana B. So when I take my leg to the right side, make sure I'm pressing my left buttock firmly on the ground and not letting my lower back lift up. So I'll press it firmly on the ground, even my tip of the shoulders firmly placed on the ground. Toes still coming towards you, heel moving away from you, pull the kneecap up and quads up. Pull the kneecap up and quads up. Hold, 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 and release. Now let's do it on the left side. Let's repeat it on the left side. So I'll bend my right knee, toes towards me, heel moving away from me, pull the kneecap up and quads up, tip of the shoulders going back. Open the back of the knee. Open the back of the knee. So make sure your buttocks are not lifting off the ground, keep them grounded. Hold. 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 And then Supta Padangusthasana B. So slightly shorter space on the left side, but still it's good. Hold. So if you are practicing at home, make sure you have enough space on both the sides. So for people who find it difficult to hold in Supta Padangusthasana B, so you can also place your foot on the wall. Hold. Toes towards you, heel moving away from you, pull the kneecap up and quads up. Pull the kneecap up and quads up. And release. Come back. We'll keep the belt back. Now we are going to do a twist with the help of the chair. Now, to make sure that I'm giving a good stretch to my spine, I'll use two blocks. I'll use two blocks here. So you have already seen how we practice this twist, but this time I'm going to keep two blocks between my legs. So I'll keep it between my thighs. So this is to make sure that my knees are not going out as I twist. So this is the problem with most of the beginners. When they start twisting, they move their buttock. They don't press it firmly and their thighs move out. So to make sure this is not happening, we'll press the block firmly. This will make sure both the legs are parallel to each other. Now we'll twist to the right side. So I'll take my right arm back, hold the chair from this side. On left hand will hold this side of the chair. Take the tip of the shoulders back. The muscles of the chest will move from left to right, abdomen muscle left to right. And then I'll firmly press the block and turn my head and press my sacrum in the front. So you have to make sure that you're not slouching. So press the sacrum, hold, 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 and release. So if it is difficult to hold the chair on the other side, you can do it like this as well. Hold the front of the chair, the seat of the chair, and then do the twist. Now we'll go on the left side. So keep pressing the block. We'll move on to the left side. Take the left tip of the shoulders back. The muscles of your chest will move from right to left, abdomen muscle right to left. I'll press my right sitting bone firmly on the ground so that I'm getting the good twist in the spine. So we'll keep pressing the block, sacrum pressing in front. Turn your head, look at your left shoulder, hold, 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 and release. Okay. Now we'll keep the blocks back to its place. Keep the chair to the side. Now the next posture that we are going to do is Baddha Ungliya Tad Asana, the variation of Tad Asana that we have already learned. Okay. For that, I'll first stand in Tadasana. So bring your feet together, pull your kneecap up, quads up, tip of the shoulders going back, upper arm, forearm stretch, stretch your palms, chin parallel to the floor, crown of the head parallel to the ceiling. Now you can slightly separate your feet, interlock your fingers. Interlock your fingers and turn your palm towards the floor first and then keep it on your head. Now your palm will face the ceiling. Your palm will face the ceiling. You will press the upper arm into the shoulder socket. Press the upper arm into the shoulder socket. Now you will stand on your toes. As you stand on your toes, the weight goes on the little toe. So shift the weight to the big toe mound. You will rotate your calves in to out for that. Now raise your arms up and press the forearm against each other. Press the forearm against each other. Keep pressing the forearm against each other. Pull the kneecap up, quads up, and hold. 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 And come back. So we'll repeat one more time. So start with Tadasana, pull the kneecap up, quads up, press your upper arm into the shoulder socket, stand on toes first, balance equally on big toe mound, little toe mound. Now stretch your arms and keep pressing your forearms against each other. Keep pressing your forearms against each other, against each other, and then come back. So hold it for 10 seconds because people find it difficult to press their forearms against each other, and this requires good balance as well. So one more time, come up, balance equally on both the toes, raise your arms up, forearms pressing against each other, hold, 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 and now release. You'll keep your hands down. Now next asana that we are going to do is Adho Mukh Virasana. For Adho Mukh Virasana, we'll stand on knees, bring the big toes together. Now sit on the heels. So make sure you're not sitting exactly on the heels. The heels will slightly go out. You will take your calves into out like this. Make sure that the space between your knees is such so that it can accommodate your trunk. Keep your hands in front of your knees and then move forward. Okay, now separate your arms. Don't take it too much, this much is fine. And hold. So, stretch your side trunk, open your armpit into out, upper arm, forearm, stretch. Hold. Hold. Now come back. So that was Adho Mukh Virasana. The next asana that we are going to do is Marichyasana twist. So for that, I'll use 2 blocks. So I'll sit on one block and keep one block on the side. Now slightly I'll move to the right side. First I'll begin with Dandasana. Now I'll draw my right thigh towards my chest, holding my shin bone. Make sure your feet is slightly away from the thigh. Press the shin bone towards the back ribs. Back ribs will move towards the shin bone. Tip of the shoulders going back. Left leg is in Dandasana only. Now you will keep your right elbow on the right knee. Make sure they are pressing each other with the same force. The palm will face the side wall. Now we'll start twisting to the left side. I'll use this block and now I'll go to the left side and twist. The muscles of my chest will move from right to left. The muscles of your abdomen will move from right to left. Take the tip of the shoulders back, dorsal spine into the chest, left leg still in Dandasana. You will turn your head and look at your left shoulder. Left shoulder. Hold. 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 And release. Now right leg straight. I'll now slightly move onto the left side so that my left buttock is slightly off the ground. I'll draw my left thigh towards my chest, hold my shin bone. I'll press my shin bone with my hands. Shin bone will tend to move towards your rib cage. Rib cage will move towards the shin bone. Right leg stays in Dandasana. Toes coming towards you, heel moving away from you. Press your thighs, knees, calves firmly on the ground. Now you will keep your left elbow on the left knee. Knee and elbow will press each other with the same intensity and force. Now I'll twist to the right side. Take the right tip of the shoulders back and then turn the head and look at the right shoulder. The muscles of my chest will move from left to right. Abdomen muscles will move from left to right. Hold. 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 And release. I'll come back to Dandasana. Now the next posture that we will do is Adho Mukh Shwan Asana. So I'll stand on my knees. The gap between my knees should be equal to the gap between my hips. So outer hip, outer knee in one line, outer knee and outer heel coming in one line. Now I'll slide my hand in front, lift my knees off the ground, hands and feet coming in one line, take my legs back. Now pull the kneecap up and quads up, open the back of the knee, stretch your hamstring, stretch your buttocks, move towards the ceiling. Now forearm moving towards index, middle finger and thumb. Roll your upper arm out and extend your side trunk. The muscles between your shoulder blade will move towards the buttock. So basically skin between your shoulder blade, move them towards your buttock. Take it up. So become taller and taller in the posture. Become taller and taller in the posture. Become taller and taller in the posture. Hold. 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 Now, knees down. Again, go in. Adho Mukh Virasana. Adho Mukh Virasana. Now you will stretch your side trunk as much as possible, upper arm, forearm stretch as much as possible. Now come back. Now, you'll stand up, stand in the center of your mat. The next asana that we are going to do is Prasarit Padottanasana. So, from Tadasana, you will bring your palm in front of your chest. Check the levels of your shoulders and elbow. Your elbows may go above your shoulders so that your chest is getting good lift and a good opening. Then you will jump. Utthita Hasta Padasana. Then make sure your outer edges of your feet, outer edges of your heel are coming in one straight line and they are parallel to each other. Pull the kneecap up and quads up. So first check, then raise your arms up in Urdhva Hastasana. Now you will bend forward, go in a halfway position, hold here, pull the kneecap up, quads up. Separate your buttocks as much as you can. Separate the buttocks as much as you can. Pull the kneecap up and quads up. So your weight tends to shift on little toe. So press the big toe as well. For that you can move your calves into out. You can move your calves into out. Now you will keep your palm firmly on the ground. Tip of the shoulders back, dorsal spine into the chest. Now take your left hand on your waist and turn to the left side like this. Turn to the left side. Hold. 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 Now release. We'll repeat it on the right side. Hold. 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 And hands on the floor again. Now it's time to come back, both hands on your waist. You will come up and you will jump back to Tadasana. The next asana, we are repeating Adho Mukh Virasana again. Now you will come back. Okay, so the next posture that we are going to do is Paschimottanasana. For that, I will use a chair, blocks as well. Okay. Now, I'll sit on the chair, making sure only my buttocks are placed on the chair. Now, I'll extend my legs in front like this. So, make the Dandasana position, toes towards you, heel moving away from you, big toe slightly moving away from you, and little toe coming towards you. Pull the kneecap up and quads up. Press the sacrum towards the front wall. Now, raise your arms up over your head in Urdhva. Bend forward, dorsal spine into the chest. Now hold the blocks. Hold the blocks now. Now you will slowly bring them forward like this. And stretch. And stretch. Pull the kneecap up, quads up. Make sure you're maintaining Dandasana. And then slightly move forward the blocks. So keep lengthening your spine and keep moving forward. And keep moving forward. Now hold here. So hold at your maximum. The maximum you can take the blocks forward. Hold. 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 And release. So you can hold from anywhere from 30 seconds to 60 seconds, which is good for the beginner. Now, so I'm doing one posture which is slightly looks like Ardha Baddha Paschimottanasana from a sitting position. So this is good to give stretch to your piriformis muscle, where sometimes people have irritation in the sciatica nerve. So this asana will help to work on it. So keep the blocks to the sides like this, and then you will slightly bend forward and hold the block. And hold the block. Like this. Hold. And come back. We'll change on the other side. Now bend forward. Now come back. So this was sort of a regressed version of Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottana Asana. So this asana can give good stretch to your piriformis muscle. Okay, so the next asana that we are going to do is Maricha Asana, regress version. So for Maricha Asana, I'll sit on the block and I'll use a belt as well. Okay. Now, I'll draw my right thigh towards my chest, again firmly holding my shin bone and press it towards my back ribs, and the back ribs will move towards the shin bone. So this will give a good lift to the chest. Left leg stays in Dandasana. Now, I'll use this belt, I'll bend forward, tie it around my foot and go in forward extension of Maricha Asana. Hold. So make sure you're balancing equally on both sides. You tend to bend more towards the left side, so balance equally. Make sure both the eye of the elbow are parallel to each other and in same line. Hold. Press your thighs, knees, calves firmly on the ground. Press your thighs, knees, calves firmly on the ground. Hold. 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 And release. Now, right leg going in Dandasana again. I'll bend my left knee, left thigh coming closer to my chest. I'll press my shin bone towards my back wrist pushing towards the shin bone. This will give a good lift to my spine. Now I'll hold the belt slightly bent forward, tie it around my foot and bend forward. Toes coming towards me, heel moving away from me, thighs, knees, calves firmly on the ground on the right leg. Make sure to balance equally on both sides. There is a tendency to go on the right side if you are doing it on the right leg. So make sure balance equally on both the sides. Hold. 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 And release. So that was Mariche Asana variation, regress version of Mariche Asana. The next asana that we are going to do is Upavishta Konasana. So I'll keep the blocks back to its place. I'll begin with Dandasana. Then I'll separate my feet one by one, press my sacrum in the front. So I'll first do the twist in Upavishta Konasana. I'll tie the belt around the left foot, hold it with my right hand, and then twist to the left side, pressing my right thigh, knee and calf firmly on the ground, making sure my right sitting bone is firmly placed. So this will give a good stretch or the twist to the spine. Press your sacrum in front. Hold, hold, and release. So we'll repeat it on the right side. So I'll tie the belt around my right foot, hold it from the left side, and twist to the right side, pressing my left sitting bone firmly on the ground, thighs, knees, calf firmly placed on ground. Hold, 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 and release. Now, it's time for Upavishta Konasana. So raise your arms up over your head and bend forward from your lower back. Press your thighs, knees, calves firmly on the ground, tip of the shoulders back. Hold, press your sitting bone firmly on the ground. Hold, 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 and release. Come back. Now the next asana that we are going to do is Siddhasana. So I'll keep my right hand underneath my right knee, turn it around, bring my heel closer to the perineum. Now I'll keep my index and middle finger just below the heel and press my thumb from the above. Lift my heel up, pressing my ankle firmly on the ground, shin bone firmly on the ground, stretching the muscles of my thighs. Now I'll repeat this from the left leg. Now I'll keep my hand in the front and then place my foot between calves and the shin bone. Now I'll press the Ankles, shin bone, firmly stretch it. Stretch, 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 stretch. I'll stretch it as much as I can, and I will sit in Siddhasana for at least 30 seconds. At least 30 seconds. I would suggest that you at least sit for 1 minute. So this is a good asana for meditation. Pranayam. Easy to do. Keeps your spine straight for longer periods. Hold. 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 Now release. Now I'll end my sequence with Supta Baddha Kona Asana with the help of the bolster. Now I'll go in Supta Baddha Konasana and rest for at least 3 minutes. If you wear specs like me, then take it out. Now it's time to come back. You'll slowly move your fingers and open your eyes. You will come back. So that was the sequence for spine mobility. So that's all from this lesson. I'll see you in the next one.